So step one is have your pattern, obviously. Now there's several ways that you can get this pattern. That's mine, that I drafted for you. I drafted it for you. So it's in my Flickr right now. So if you watch my previous tutorial on how to get this pattern into your computer, into your household, follow that tutorial. Take the pictures into Flickr. It's public, and I should have a link down there. I don't know, it's only my 4th video, so it's like down here or something. Copy the pattern into your Illustrator, and then blow it up to ratio. I have the 5-inch mark line right here. All you do is blow this up to 5 inches, and then you'll have this pattern, then you can print it. I know I still have to do the tutorial on printing. Some of you may know already how to print your fabrics, or your patterns out, or I may need to help you with that. So if you need help, let me know. So step one, have your pattern ready. Step two, find a 4-way stretch jersey or spandex fabric. Now I bought this on sale probably 8 years ago. It is really, I don't know, you might like it. I wear a lot of black, so if something has color in it, I have a hard time with it. But since I have so much of it and I'm never gonna use it, it kind of reminds me of like Urban Outfitters or something. It's kind of got that whole Urban Outfitters circa 2010. All right, so I'm gonna do speed motion so we can just hurry up and get through the cutting, because like I said, this dress took me 40 minutes from cutting to finish, so I don't wanna blab the whole time and then have the dress take like 3 hours, all right? So let's fast motion. All right, fast motion now. Okay, so cutting with a rotary cutter, I think that literally took me 4 or 5 minutes. Something that kind of I forgot to mention, I used a print that was a little bit big, and I only had 1.5 yards of that fabric, but the print would require you thinking a little bit more ahead of time. Like, see how this is kind of offset? Well, that's because if I would have made it directly down the middle, I would have lost too much fabric and wouldn't have been able to do the sleeves. So maybe in some tips and tricks videos that I do, I can show you all the very complicated rules of sewing, and you will learn them all as you go down the road. I've been sewing for 25 some odd years, and I'm learning something new every day. So I cut the sleeves, I cut the back, I cut the front. Now what we're gonna do is construct the dress on the serger. I'm gonna use a home serger. If you have an industrial, it's way faster, but most of us have only home sergers, so I will be doing it on a home serger. All right, so here we go. Okay, so here we are at the serger. This is a Stylish Serger Singer. A quick review real quick. They're crap. Don't buy it. If you want to start with a really good serger, I'd say get the Brother 1034D, super cheap, and they last forever. So we'll talk about that some other time. All right, so I'm gonna speed motion through this, and I'm gonna time it and see how fast it takes me to construct this, all right? So, as you can see, that barely took under 10 minutes for me to construct the whole dress. All we've got left now is to hem the sleeves, hem the bottom of the dress, and to put the neckline in, the rubber part. Now, I'm going to show you my trick on doing the neckline. And consider this a free tip because, well, I don't know, maybe it's not free, maybe it's not worth anything to you. But once you see it, you're gonna be very excited. So, this is how I do necklines that snap back into place. Okay, so I measured the neckline on the pattern. It's about 15 inches. It's 10 in the, let's see, what was it? It's 16 inches. It's 10 in the front and 6 in the back. So I just go ahead and do like a 25-inch long piece of rubber because the fabric, this is really shifty fabric, and it could stretch or shrink. But so here is a cool trick. I don't know if you can see, but in the serger and in most sergers, there's a little slot in front of the toe right here. What I've been doing to get this rubber straight onto the edge of, you know, my bikinis, this is actually a bikini tactic, is I put the rubber into the foot and then I shift it to the back. But actually, you know, it's easier if you put the rubber in after the fabric's in there. So we're gonna turn this right side out and blah, 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 blah. Turn it right side out. And we want the elastic going on the inside because we're going to be folding it down and we want that elastic hidden. Some people like to start into a shoulder seam, which is good because you don't really want it on the front. And then you stitch a little, have the needle down, and then you put the elastic in. Put the elastic in, rest it up against the needle, lower it, and then you're ready to sew. There's other tricks to doing this too. I'm just going to show you just the simple way. There's, you know, you pull and stretch and contract certain ways to get the most perfect fit, but let's just simplify this. So there we go. The elastic is in. Now let's fast forward through all this. So once you are approaching the beginning of where you first started, you want to cut the rubber a little bit past. It'll take a while to get to learn how this lifts a little, so it kind of tricks you when you're cutting it. You want to cut it a little bit past. I did a 4th pass and you'll see where it ends. Oh, the 4th pass. Well, it doesn't always do that. And then just tail it off and snip it. And then you've got a really nice snappy neckline. Next we're going to go and cover stitch the sleeves and the bottom and the neckline as well. So we're about maybe 20 minutes in, if that, and we still got 20 minutes to go. So this actually might be the 30-minute dress. So here is the Janome Cover Pro 1000 CP. It's a cover stitch machine. I've had it for about 4 years and the tension discs are really bad. As you can see, you probably can't see right here, but right here the woolly nylon tension is all the way to 0 and it's still tight. I probably have to take it in to get repaired, but to tell you the truth, it's probably better buying an industrial cover stitch because they're really great. The quality of the stitch is obviously ready to wear. This used to be quality ready to wear until it started getting bad. But I'm going to show you how to do the neckline first. So you've got the, oh, I pulled it a little too hard. So we've got the elastic on here. You're going to want to fold it down and top stitch starting at the shoulder or the back. Don't ever start in the front because then it looks sloppy. So, and we're going to do it about a little over a 1/4 inch away. If you can see what I'm doing. Let's see if I can zoom in. Nope, no zoom in feature. It's an iPhone. And just be very consistent doing the entire neckline. This I won't fast through. Okay, so we're approaching the end, and we want to just snip that out of there. You want to snip the beginning thread. If you don't have a cover stitch machine, go ahead and use a zigzag on your regular sewing machine, or even you can use a double needle. I have a Bernina, the Bernina Activa 230. It's never been done well with double needles, so I don't use it. So on your regular sewing machine, either zigzag or use a double needle with double threads, of course. So then you cut it. You want to use a little fray check at the end of that. Where's the fray check? Use a little fray check to keep those in place. And then we're going to go on and hem the sleeves and the bottom of the dress. I'm going to fast forward motion through that too because you don't need to sit and watch me. But I'll show you how to get started. You want to fold it about an inch under or whatever your pattern says. It's really your choice. So we'll do like about 3/4 of an inch or so. So here's a good little thing to remember. Whatever your hem's going to be, you can either iron this down if it's going to make it easier on you, but see where it's at. Flip it upside down and see where it's at. You generally want the needle on the left to be just hitting the fabric. So as I can see, it's about right here. You can take some kind of marker, just mark where it's at. Already have old marks on there. And then flip it around and just keep the edge of that fabric right up to that mark. This takes a lot of practice. You get good over time. You get used to knowing exactly where to fold it. I feel it with my finger underneath, so I know exactly where it's at. And then you just sew, and you do the same with the sleeve too. So let's fast motion through this. So here it is, literally the 30 to 40 minute easy long sleeve jersey basic dress. So it's pretty basic. It's got kind of a high neckline. You can adjust that in your pattern. You can make the sleeve shorter or longer. Like I've said before, I'll just reiterate everything. You can make the length shorter or longer. You can panel it and put lace in it. There's a million things you can do with just this basic block dress. So I highly suggest you take the time to get this pattern into your computer or get it printed out. Or even, hey, let's do a tutorial and I'll show you how to draft your own on your measurements if you have the time and the patience for that. I mean, really, just, you don't want to do laundry one day, just get 1 1/4 of jersey fabric and make a dress in a half hour. You can style it up, put a jacket on it, or whatever it is you do, tie-dye it, bedazzle it, whatever you like. Okay. So that's it. I'm wearing some real high shoes so that I can get it into the camera because I'm short. I'm actually pretty much this short. I'm 5 feet tall, so if I look taller on camera, then that is wonderful. All right, thank you. Bye-bye.